Tamra judge slams Teresa Giudice as queen of denial, says Ron Starr was caught in her lies, as Teddy calls Lewis scary, and suggests he isn't a fun villain. Tamra judge slammed Teresa Giudice as the queen of denial, and she claims she was caught in her lies on the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion. Tamra's podcast co-host Teddy Mellencamp also shared her thoughts on Teresa's husband, Louis Rulis, suggesting he isn't even a fun villain, and she called him scary. On their Two T's in a Pod podcast, Tamra addressed the reunion drama between Teresa, her brother Joe Gorga, and his wife Melissa. Teresa was caught in a lot of lies. I believe there was a conversation about her going to dinner with the Gorgas, and she said it never happened, and they said she tried to hook her up with one of her friends. Shane, I think his name was, and they showed the picture, and then she said, she is like the queen of denial. She really is, let's call her Cleopatra, said Tamra via Showbiz cheat sheet. Teddy then unleashed her views on Louis over his alleged threats at the reunion regarding information he may or may not have against castmates. The problem that I have is that Louis isn't even a fun villain. He's just scary. Even with his, Scooby-Doo threats, when he's in due time, you'll get yours, commented Teddy via Heavy. She suggested Teresa's relationship with Louis is not beneficial to her. At this point now, I have just started to feel bad for Teresa. I think she knows that she has gotten herself into a really freaking deep dark hole, and so she's just acting out because what is she going to do now? Teddy explained. Tamra soon chimed in, I worry for her. I'm scared for what her future looks like with him. Later on, Teddy suggested that Teresa and Louis should have spoken with Joe separately in individual interviews. I would have had a sit down between Louis and Joe and Teresa and Joe. I think those two without anybody else, said Teddy, and just let those people actually have the conversation.